Greetings builders, Daniel here and welcome to another exciting build review. For those who don't know, my build reviews offer in just a couple of minutes all the information that you need to decide if this build's for you or not. If this is meant to be the one, you can find links for POVs and complete guides in the video description. And if this video helps you, please leave a thumbs up to support the channel. Thank you very much and let's get into it! Today's build is everyone's favorite, the spin-to-win CYCLONE of Tumult SLAYER with the Duelist class. Now with the new melee buffs, many of you were asking for the update of this build, and here you go, it was an absolute delight to play this one. Now it feels really powerful all the time, almost as we used to feel on bosses with the ancestral totems, and now we even have the reworked banners for the extra DPS during boss fights. To list the pros of this build, I would start with its clear speed. It's just amazing to be always moving and massacring all the poor enemies on the way. The boss damage is also incredible. Once the build is done, you are going to kill even the big bosses in just a matter of seconds. And above all of that, this build is very simple and easy to put together. Now to list the cons, I would point a few important issues and I'd like to ask you to pay close attention here. You see, this build has a great survivability once it's done, but when you're leveling your character you need to pace your progression, because you're always very close to enemies. If you're not prepared, you are going to die. So take the extra time to pick up a few more levels before progressing to a high tier content. Another useful tip about your survivability is how to deal with stuns. On this build, you get stun immunity with cluster duels, but not everyone can afford them right away. If that's your case, or if you're just having problems with stuns sooner, do this simple trick of picking those evasion nodes and this mastery. Believe me, it helps a lot. As for budget, you can get it destroying early in-game maps with only around 90 chaos. To comfortable advanced 2 yellow maps, I recommend investing around 150 chaos, and for easily completing your Atlas, I recommend investing around 60 vines. Don't forget that on PoEbuilds.net you can find a list with all the equipment that you need to buy for this build, with direct links for examples being sold by other players. You only need one mandatory unique item for this build, the Stampede boots that guarantee that your movement speed will always be 150% of its pace. This means that the downside of CYCLONE of Tumult will mean absolutely nothing to us. For clear speed, I'll give it 9 out of 10. CYCLONE never stops moving and have a huge area of effect, so you can farm your maps without the need to stop for casting or anything like that. It's just awesome and very satisfying. The boss damage is just amazing, deserves 10 out of 10. When this build is done, you're going to easily achieve over 15 million DPS, that is more than enough to destroy bosses in just seconds. For this survivability, I'll give it 9 out of 10. This build achieves almost 80,000 effective HP because of high armor, evasion, spell suppression, fortify, and even some instant life leech. Now, with the huge area effect from CYCLONE of Tumult, you don't even need to stay very close to enemies on endgame, what gives you even more survivability. And that's it for today, guys. What did you think about this updated CYCLONE of Tumult SLAYER? Please take a second to tell me in the comments and leave a thumbs up to support the channel. I wish you guys an amazing day, and don't forget to keep building!